Alright, so not much to show today. Uh, I didn't work on this all week. I'm busy with work, I'm back home, I'm tired. Whatever, I'm sure everyone understand me. And there was the GDC on Tuesday, so that was cool. It was Monday, Tuesday, but I only went for one day. So what I want to show is, well, first of all, I did all the connection. Well, I will restart that. Just quick that. So I will name this player differently. Set player name player 2. Alright, this one's going to be the host. Okay, and this one's going to connect. So I changed the join to connect. Yeah, it actually makes more sense because you have disconnect now. So yeah. Alright, so you can see player 2 connected. So this works great. And then what works great too is basically you can see, it's hard to see. When I will get closer, it will get easy. But you can see the other players moving on the screen. So let me just find that guy. Where is it? Where is he hiding? Ah, there. So yeah, there's no interpolation. So like in the middle, you see it a little bit jittery. This haven't changed yet because I can't make a difference between what's an entity and what not in the networking. I will be able to flag floats and stuff to say, well, this one's going to interpolate and this one's not interpolating. So that will be more work later, but for now, that's what I have. Yep. So they both work. Right? You see me fly there with my jetpack. Well, invisible jetpack. And that huge green thing in the middle is the arrow, the green arrow, the forward, the Y. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much it. So what I did is also the connection timeout. So for example, if I close the server, well, disconnect doesn't work, but if I close the server, see this one after 2 seconds, it timed out. So that's a normal disconnect because it's UDP, it's not like TCP. You don't get a notification saying, "Hey, you disconnected." It's connectionless, but 2-second timeout, it's more than enough. So if you haven't sent any packet in 2 seconds, there's a good chance your internet is down. So I just kick you right away. I don't even care. So same thing, remember when I was holding the Windows, there was a bug. I will fix that, by the way, one day. Uh, I can play with the message pump and not make that freeze. But if I hold it 2 seconds, I shall get a player timed out here. See, you saw it there. And then in exchange, this one will time out after because it cannot get anything. All right. So I'm closing everything every time because the game state is not handling all those things correctly. The other thing that you can see is that at the top. So I don't need that one to show you. So basically, you can see the snapshots comparison in actions here. So as you know, I compare always with the previous frame, the current snapshot, and I'm only sending the variables that change from the server, by the way. So the client, every frame will send is player state, but that's really small. It's just his position and whatnot. So as you can see, if I move the camera, you can see here the little graph. You can see it, using more deltas. And if I move everything at the same time, well, it's sending more data. You can see I'm at like 600 bytes, which is still very low. And see if I'm not moving 200. If I move the view 400. So that's basically showing that that concept works. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Maybe tomorrow I'll do that interpolation thing. After I'm done with the interpolation, I will I will, yeah, that pretty much I can do actually the player. I will not do the boss the boss fight right away. So what I will do to really make the player interaction and all is to do multiplayer, shooting each other basically, without a boss. The map is not really adapted for this, so it doesn't matter. It's just to test, right? It's going to be fun. I might even send EXE around so people can join us and have some shooting spree or something. Now just code. There's not much code added to this, so the problems were if I was moving my character, the server will send me back the the updated variables for that entity, and they will just go get applied, and I will get snapped back to my previous position. So when I move around, it will be really like jittery. I can show you right away. I can just comment this here. I should put that to 1 second when I debug. Stupid. So as you can see, as I move, it's harder. When I move the camera, sometimes it's not always bad when you're the server, but when you're the client, it's worse. So what I did is I kind of have guards. So yeah, I figured out also why my video stopped last time, and I had to do it 2-part, but there was missing a minute in between. Go to definition F12. That stops my video, so I have to make sure I don't do F12. So basically, there's it's the entity class. There's some variables, the position, angle, that are controlled by the client, and I don't want the server to. The server can modify them, but I don't want to reapply them. So what I do is I add those 2 guards. Protected start, protected end. It's not really a a fine OOP design, whatever, but that just works for my problem. So what happened is there's a concept C++ only. I might lose some people here, but there's a pointer. I'm just getting the address of that one, and whatever I modify variables, I just test if it's within the bounds of that address, and I ignore it. All right, so because it's C++, I can. Those ones will. This one will have an address in memory, and those ones will follow. Not necessarily. There can be some padding. It doesn't matter. And this one will be after. This is like basic rules of C, right? The memory, you can map the memory directly like that. So that's really useful. So this way I can test and just poof, bypass it, and that's why it's all smooth. So that's what I did. I worked barely on this. See, that's pretty much the only code I did in a week. But yeah, see you probably tomorrow, because I will code a lot tomorrow after cutting the grass and stuff. Alright, ciao.